Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Jaya Girivaradhari Jaya Girivaradhari
Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradhari Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradhari Yasodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yasodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yamunatira Vanachari Yamunatira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Shri Krishna Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki, Gaura Premanande. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So, how's everybody in Mayapur? Everybody's okay? Nice weather, not too hot, not too cold. This is the best time in Mayapur. After some time we start to sweat again and we have to put all the fan on. But Mayapur is a transcendental spiritual world, so we always enjoy Mayapur. Wherever it's hot, cold, rain, it's always beautiful. So thank you very much for coming today. For today we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, chapter 15, text 14. Yad bandhava kuru baladim anantaparam ekoratena tataraham atiraya sattvam pratyartartam bahudanam chamaya paresham tejaspadam amanyam charita shirobhya yabandhava kurubala minanantaparam ekoratena tatarehamatiraya sattvam pratyaritam bahudanam chamaya paresham tejaspadanani mayam charita shirobhya yabandhava kuru baladimanantaparam ekoratena tadaraham atiriya sattvam pratyaritam baudanam chamaya paresham tejaspadam manimayam charita shirobhya Vandaya kuru baladimanantaparam Matajis. Pratyam bahudana bachamana parasya. Tejaspadam naimana chandam sirobhya. Yabandava kuru balam vadimananta pakuram. Yadbandava, by whose friendship only, Kurubal Adbin, the ocean of military strength of the Kurus, Anantaparam, which was unsurmountable, Ekaha, alone, Ratena, being seated on a chariot, Tatare was able to cross over, Aham, myself, Atirya, invincible, Sattvam, existence, Pratyartam, drew back, Bahu, very large quantity, Dhanam, wealth, Cha, also, Maya, by my, Paresham, of the enemy, Tejapadam, source of brilliance, Manimayam, bed check with jewels, Cha, also, Ritam, taken by force, Sirobhyaha, from their heads. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. The military strength of the Kauravas was like an ocean in which there dwell many invincible existences, and thus it was unsurmountable. But because of his friendship, I, seated on a chariot, was able to cross over it, and only by his grace was I able to regain the cow and also collect by force many helmets of the kings, which were bedchecked with jewels that were sources of all brilliance. Please repeat after me. The military strength of the Kauravas was like an ocean in which there dwell many invincible existences, and thus it was unsurmountable. But because of his friendship, I, seated on the chariot, was able to cross over it, and only by his grace was I able to regain the cows and also collect by force many helmets of the kings, which were bedchecked with jewels that were source of all brilliance. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. On the Kaurava side, there were many stalwart commanders like Bhishma, Drona, Kripa, and Karna, and their military strength was unsurmountable on the great ocean, Yet it was due to Lord Krishna's grace that Arjuna alone, sitting on a chariot, could manage to vanquish them one after another without difficulty. There were many changes of commander on the other side, but on the Pandava side, Arjuna alone, on the chariot driven by Lord Krishna, could manage all responsibility of the great war. Similarly, when the Pandavas were living on the palace of Virata in incognito, the Kauravas picked up a quarrel with the king Virata and decided to take away his large numbers of cows. While they were taking away the cows, Arjuna fought with them incognito and was able to regain the cows along with some booty taken by force, the jewels set on the turbans of the royal order. Arjuna remembered that all this was possible by the grace of the Lord. I read the translation. The military strength of the Kauravas was like an ocean which where dwell many invincible existences, and thus it was unsurmountable. But because of his friendship, I, seated on a chariot, was able to cross over it, and only by his grace, was I able to regain the cows and also collect by force many helmets of the kings, which were bed-checked with jewels that were a source of all brilliance. Om Ajnana Divinandasya Gananjan Shalakaya Chakshuvim Nidam Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimad Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pasatade Satarine Vancha Kalpakarubhascha Kripasindubheva Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhatta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So this is a beautiful pastimes of Lord Krishna leaving the planet and Arjuna feeling miserable after the Lord's departures. He feels like alone, he feels like all his power is gone, and he is explaining to Maharaj Yudhisthira how he was able to do so many wonderful things, but just because of the power of the Lord. So, many times in our life we also feel empowered to do some preaching or to do some project which may be very big and very difficult, but somehow by the grace of Krishna and by the grace of Guru and by the grace of the Vaishnavas, we are able to accomplish the task. I was listening the other day the beautiful interview of His Holiness Mukunda Goswami Maharaj, who was sent along with Shrutakirti and some other devotee to London. He said, Prabhupada told them, you go to London and open a temple there. They didn't have money, they didn't know anybody, didn't know where to go, they didn't know what to do, but they said, hey, Prabhupada knows everything, he's a pure devotee, he's telling us to go, we should execute his order. That faith in the message of Krishna, in the message of Srila Prabhupada, in the message of the Acharyas. And then, of course, he explained how he went there, and they start simply by chanting the holy name in the street of London, and they wear some kind of bed sheet, yellow color. They want to stand out from the crowd, they shave their head, and somehow, by Krishna's grace, they came in contact with George Harrison, who was already knowing something about the Hare Krishna movement, and they had some meeting, and in the end there was Shrutakirti Prabhu. He was sitting there in the end of the room, and he was thinking, how am I going to approach the Beatles? I mean, they are famous, they have money, they have followers, they have everything. And how am I going to, convince them of Krishna? But when George Harrison came out of one room, he just spotted Shutakirti Prabhu, and he went straight to him, and he told him, "So where are you guys? I've been searching for you for a long time." What happened is that he read something, magazine of Srila Prabhupada, or some books, and he wanted to know more. He was inquisitive. Yes? And so then Shutakirti Prabhu spoke to him for a few hours and invited him to come and do bhajan with him. And then they did bhajan, and then George Harrison was very much attracted to the chanting of the holy name. Then he introduced them to the Abhidos. Then eventually, the rest is history. We have the manor, which is donated by George Harrison. It's a huge estate in outskirts of London. And the preaching is going on wonderfully. So, the thing is that we want to understand that Krishna is a plan. And we are only the instrument of Krishna. So whatever Guru and Vaishnava empower us to do, then we must have faith in that we, by ourselves, are not capable of doing anything. We are very insignificant, very small portion of the portion of Krishna. But by the mercy of Krishna, we can accomplish wonderful things. So that much faith, because the process of bhakti yoga is based on Shraddha. Shraddha means faith. Now there are three types of people. One person say, I have no faith in God, I have no faith in scripture, I have no faith in anything. Very difficult for these people to do anything. Because if you think, okay, I have to take a train, but then if you have no faith that with that small ticket or the message that comes in your phone, you can get inside the train, then how are you going to feel? Now you take a plane and say, well, I have no faith in this airline. Did they put the petrol in the plane? Did they check all the instruments? Did they put the air in the tire? So very difficult to live without faith. And then there is people, please come and sit. And then there are people who has some faith. So they say, yeah, God is there, maybe not there. And the scripture says something, this scripture says something, some scripture says something, so it's of faith. For them also sometimes it's very difficult because they cannot distinguish what is true, what is false, what is real. And then there is the devotees who have full faith in the words of Krishna and the spiritual master. What is the famous slogan? Those Yasyadeve Tata Guru. No, what is the slogan? Huh? Tell loudly. Atir Tata Guru. For Prasantam. Correct. So for those who have full faith in the words of the Shastra and the spiritual master, then everything is revealed. But that faith, although the faith is existing in everybody, but sometimes it's misdirected. So unless you establish the faith in our heart, and we think, yes, the scripture, they're not just some story, fairy tale. You read the Bhagavatam, it sounds like fairy tale. There's a UFO flying, there are demons attacking, demigods coming, and there's so many far-out stories. It can look like fairy tale, right? But no, they're real. Now the scientists say, no, there is no giant, there was no giant, there was not this, there was not that. Everything is based on logic, everything is based on scientific understanding. You are nothing, we are nothing. We came by accident. Nice accident, huh? Why somebody is rich and famous? Why somebody is poor in the street, he has nothing to eat? By accident? Incident, accident, whatever. When I meet these type of people, I say, let's go to a nice Italian Ferrari company, and we put one big bomb in the night, and we explode it, and then in the morning we're going to see there would be a new car, new Ferrari. Yeah? It doesn't make sense. It's like if there was an explosion in a typesetting machine. In the ancient time, they have this small letter made of lead, which you compose, and then the book is printed. So if there was an explosion in that, and then the new dictionary, Oxford Dictionary, will come out of that. Does it make sense? No. We see that everything is created by superior intelligence. So, even our shirt, our dhoti, Mayapur is famous for this cloth. You can go Navadip, sometimes in Swarup-Ganj. Before, I remember in the beginning, we used to hear always, tak, 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 tak. What is this sound? It was coming all day. And then when you go inside the hut and see there's one guy sitting with a pedal and with one big machine and one roll of cloth, and he was spinning and pulling the string, and the spinning was going like this, like this, like this, and it was going like this, like this. He was making cloth, gamcha, sari, and then you think, whoa. Now they made it mechanically with a motor, but there's still some people that do it by hand. You have to be really coordinated to do this spinning things. Has to go through the cloth, which weaves in between, open, close, and the spinner has to go with the thread. So everything there is a superior intelligence. Why? Such intelligent people, the scientists, they study the molecules, they study the planet, the Hubble telescope, they only find some dark hole. What? There's only dark hole? They went to Mars, there's desert, there is nothing, not one plant, not one bug. If you go to the desert or Rajasthan or Dubai, you'll find some cactus, some bugs, some snake. Always there's something. But the scientists go to the moon, there's no life, they brought some rocks. Now they go to Mars, they find some rocks. So it looks like there's no life anywhere. Only this planet. We are the only people. Everywhere is nothing. You are nothing, I am nothing, we are all nothing. By mistake, the evolution is created. What? Even assuming that there was an explosion, who created the space? Who created the explosion? It doesn't make sense. So then they say, oh, you are a blind follower. You believe these things, the scriptures. So we are less intelligent, and they are super intelligent. But they live a miserable life, and when they die, they tell the doctor, oh, I'll give you $1 million, give me more one day. What? I cannot do anything, only God can do this. So we had to use our intelligence and our faith to understand that what Krishna is telling is a factual truth. Krishna says, you cannot see me, just like you cannot see the thread in the necklace you wear. We all have kuntimala, right? But we cannot see the string because it's all tied together. But the string is there, and sometimes the string breaks, all the beads come out. So, similarly, Krishna says, I am the thread. I'm in that invisible thread, but I am there. By His power, everything manifests. By His power, everything is working. By His power, everything is emanating and maintained and destroyed. But now we want to play God. They say, you know what? We can make rain come. I was in Dubai with His Holiness Ban Swami. So they try to make one kind of explosion inside the cloud so the rain will come. But then the rain came for 4 days, and there is no sewage system. There is nowhere the water will go. So the water was this much in the road. People cannot drive their car. And so the scientists say, yeah, we didn't plan to put the water because it doesn't rain in Dubai. It's a desert. So you want to play God? Welcome. Then you have more problem. So this is the foolish modern civilization. Misdirected. Thinking, I am nothing, you are nothing, we are in control, we can do everything, we can fly in the sky, we can go to the moon. But still, what is the problem of life? No one is teaching that. Jamma mityu jara vyadi. Birth, death, old age and disease. It's inevitable for everybody. Whether you are a super scientist, PhD, triple PhD, whether you're the great, Einstein, whether you're a great emperor, where is Julius Caesar, where is Napoleon, Prabhupada say. Everybody's gone. So, understanding that the human life is very, very rare. Manusha, durlabham. This human form of life is achieved after 8,400,000 different species. Now we are human. Now what are we supposed to do as human? Become monkey again? They say we're coming from monkey, yeah? Evolution. We were monkey. There's some missing link there, but yeah, they say that we're coming from monkey. No, we are not coming from monkey. We are coming from higher species, from Krishna. Krishna created us. Even the Bible says God created the humans as His own image and form. So, whether we want to accept this and live a happy, wonderful life, or whether we want to accept the scientists and become stupid monkey again. Because that's what they are becoming. They live animal life, polished animal life. This is very harsh. Prabhupada called them rascals, scientists. Prabhupada was really heavy. But why? Because they are misguiding everybody. Now we take birth. They say, within the womb of the mother, the living entity prays, my Lord, I will come out and I will worship you. And I'll finish the story of samsara, birth, death, again and again. This ocean of birth and death, I want to stop that. But when the baby come out, we start, kutiku, how beautiful are you, tickling you, giving milk, giving chocolate. We send you to school and you forget. Then you go to school and you have so many friends, then you play, then you fight, then you grow up, you become attracted to the opposite sex, you're a girlfriend, and it goes on and on. Then you get a job, you go to school, whatever. Slowly we are programmed to forget that we are the eternal servant of Krishna. We forget. Material world is designed to make us forget. So, atato brahma jigyasa, we must now, as human, inquire about the absolute truth. If we don't do that, we are missing the train. Did you ever miss a train? You come to the station just 5 minutes after the train left and you see it going, I missed the train. You feel very sorry to miss the train or miss the flight or whatever. So we have to be intelligent to understand that unless we use all our energy to understand the supreme truth, then we're wasting our time. So Krishna consciousness is also called Buddhi Yoga. Yes? Bhakti Yoga, Buddhi Yoga. Buddhi means intelligence. So this is the yoga of intelligence. Now so many people, they do yoga. Yes, so many new academy, yoga academy, this academy, that academy, they teach you how to do exercise. Okay, very nice. You can come to the stage of controlling your body, controlling your mind, you maybe become healthy. But if you are not linked with Krishna, with the Supreme, you're missing the point. We can go to university and study, become PhD. We can get a job. We can do all these things. But if in the ultimate, if we are not connecting ourselves with the Supreme, we're just simply wasting our time. This is difficult to digest for some people. It's easy to digest for people who are simple. But it's difficult to digest for people who have no faith. So how can we give faith to the people? This is called Agyata Sukriti. By distributing Srila Prabhupada books, by giving prasadam, by chanting and dancing in the street of the world with Harinam and festival, then people will hear the chanting of the holy name. We'll take a little prasada. We'll read one sloka, and then maybe they put away the book somewhere. But these people will get unlimited benefit. So we have a service to do for humanity, which is to distribute the mercy of Krishna in this format. In the format of knowledge, in the form of prasada, in the form of the holy name, in the form of festival. This is a cultural movement. Some people say it's a cult, cultural. Some people, there are so many clubs, Prabhupada say, Lion Club, this club, that club. According to the people you are interested, you associate with those people. Yeah, there's a motorcycle club, there is a boat club, there's a rowing club, there is drinking club, there's nightclub, whatever. Night, day, there is so many clubs. What interest you have? Oh, yes, we have a nice club. Yeah. Oh, you are charitable? Okay, we have a Lion Club. Come and give some donation for the poor, whatever. We can do all these things, but if we don't establish the relationship with God, with Krishna, then we're missing the point of human life. Then again, next life, we have to come back again. And which form, we don't know. 8,400,000. We maybe become human, maybe not human. Maybe this planet, maybe some other planet. So why risk? Every life, we take birth. Sometimes we take birth in China, sometimes in Russia, sometimes in Italy, sometimes in India, sometimes as demigods. Brahma, Indra, there are 33 million demigods. They say our blinking of our eyes is linked with one demigod who allows us to blink. If he is some problem, then we cannot blink anymore. When there is sun, can't blink. He has some disease, a new disease, this guy cannot blink. No, it's that. Every action has a reaction, that's a law of karma. So, what better way to spend our life in chanting, dancing, and becoming happy? Susukam kartum avyayam. Lord Krishna said, this is very joyfully performed. We wake up in the morning, we take a shower, we put tilak with mantras, we come to the temple, we are chanting and dancing. We are tired, we take a little prasadam, we do service all day, and at night again we come to the temple, we chant and dance, we go to sleep. A wonderful package, a wonderful sandwich, morning and night. In between you have so many activities you can perform for pleasing Krishna. So the motivation by which we are doing this, it's not mechanical. Krishna consciousness means we have to put our consciousness in what we do. That's very important. Otherwise, mechanically, we can chant for many millions of lifetimes. Of course, we get some benefit, but not the ultimate benefit. What is the ultimate benefit? What is the ultimate benefit? Yes, Prabhu? Krishna Prem. Yes, we want to achieve Krishna Prem. Love of God. So, we may be far away from achieving Krishna Prem, or we're in a process. So if we remain in the association of Vaishnavas, if we remain fixed in this chanting, with conscious, with the behavior, with the desire to know Krishna, Dadami Buddhi Yogantam, Krishna says, I'll give you the intelligence by which you can come to me. Whatever the living entity desire in the material world, Krishna is like the father who wants to give. Okay. You want to become scientist? Okay. You want to forget me? Okay. You don't want to see me anywhere? Okay. You want to see me everywhere? Ah. So our desire is our GPS. Now, in the modern world, before we had maps. We had to go with a map and ask people in India, oh, where is this place? Yeah, 1 furlong. And you go, ask another time. They say, no, that's the other road. Oh, God. Go back and ask another guy. Say, no, nobody say, I don't know. They say, yeah, I know. Just go this way straight. Another guy you ask, yeah, I know. Go this way straight. Well, I've been everywhere, man. I can't find this place. Now we are wonderful. We have GPS, Google GPS. Okay, put the address. Okay, now it makes you, the direction is going very nicely. So our GPS is our desire. Desire. What we desire. Do we desire to please Krishna? Do we desire to please Guru? Do we desire to connect and love Krishna? There are many people who worship Krishna, who get the holy name, but still make no progress. Why? Because their faith is misdirected. Because if you don't get the mercy of the Vaishnava in association with the Vaishnavas, it's very difficult to progress. We cannot go alone and sitting alone in a bhajan kutir, myself and my mind, and I become a pure devotee. It doesn't work like that. We can go to Himalaya and spend some time there alone in a cave and imitating Haridas Thakur. It doesn't work like that. We need the association of the Vaishnava. So unless we have the mercy of the Vaishnava, we cannot progress in life. All the great acharyas say that. Srila Prabhupada say that. That's why he created this organization, this movement, International Society for Krishna Consciousness. So people all over the world can have association of devotees. Now, the other aspect, the other side of the coin is that we must be very, very careful not to commit any offense against any Vaishnava. Not only Vaishnava, even against living entity. There are so many different types of offenses that by mistake we can do, but certainly we should not offend devotees. Because devotees, they are trying very hard to surrender to Krishna. We all go through difficulty in life, up and down. But if we remain in association with devotee, we get help. And we get recognized by the Lord. If we remain humble and say, okay, Prabhu, please help me. I'm going through some mental problem, attraction, distraction, bhoga and tyag, attraction, rejection. We should not be too attached to the material world. We should not be too detached from the material world. Everybody has to find his own balance. It's like walking on a tight rope in between the Grand Canyon. There are these people with a stick. They'll go and walking on the rope. They practice. So we have to practice to be in association with the Vaishnavas and always have great love and respect for everybody. It doesn't matter what level they are. Because even the new bhakta who came yesterday is worshipable by us. Because he's trying. Maybe he doesn't know everything, maybe he doesn't know 100%, but the fact that he has come to try to become a devotee is glorious. So we must help each other always to remain in Krishna consciousness. Yeah? One devotee came to Srila Prabhupada and told him, Prabhupada, give me $10. I want to burn myself and commit suicide. Prabhupada was a very witty person. He said, you don't need $10, you need only $1. And he was surprised. He was thinking, what Swamiji will say? So Prabhupada was always very amazing, One time, one devotee told him, Srila Prabhupada, Swamiji, I arranged one program, you have to come. Yeah, sure, I'll come. So Prabhupada goes to this place in the farm. He's sitting in one place and start to chant with closed eyes, Jai Radha Madhava. When he opened his eyes, everybody's naked. It was a naked club, wherever. In 1968, there were these people who like to live in a natural way, without cloth. But Prabhupada was not perturbed. He started his class by saying, it's very nice to remove all the cloth and feel the freedom of the sun and nature. And everybody say, yeah, we know very well. We are very expert in this. But now I'll teach you how to remove the ultimate cloth, your body, because your body is also a cloth. And everybody clapped. Yeah, we want to know, we want to know. We are very expert in this. And Prabhupada preached to them. We are not this body is just like a dress. And everybody was, wow, it's true. So Srila Prabhupada is, sometime he was taken to the Bowery, which were people drug addict, drunkard, dirty, people living in the street. And Srila Kirti Prabhu asked him, Prabhupada, I'm sorry, I don't think you should walk in the street. He said, look at these people. He said, no problem. I am a Calcutta boy. Calcutta is worse than Bowery. People take bath in the street, brushing their teeth, cooking in the street, the kids running here and there, yeah? So Prabhupada was an amazing personality, but he would see everywhere Krishna, an opportunity to preach Krishna consciousness. So he was never disturbed. He was dhira. Dhira means a person who does not become disturbed anymore by anything external. So we had to learn to tolerate this material world, which is putting a lot of pressure on everybody. Yes, in the material world it's tough. Now, we as a devotee, we have easy life. We wake up in the morning, we go to Mangalarti, we chant Hare Krishna, we get prasadam, everything is fine, it's cool, it's easy. But if you work in the material world, you have to wake up in the morning, maybe take bath, maybe not, I don't know, whatever, but you have to drive 1 hour. There are people here from Navadip going every day to Calcutta by train. 2.5 hours going, 2.5 hours coming back. One time I was in the train and there was no place to sit. I was with Vaikuntha Nidai Prabhu. By mistake, we board the train a day after it was booked or before, or whatever. The date was not. We're sitting in an air-conditioned train and two gentlemen come and say, hello, this is our seat. And say, look, this is our seat also. And we check. Maybe they made a mistake, I don't know. So the TT came, ticket controller, he said, show me your ticket. We show the ticket. He said, yeah, this is your seat. We told you, he said. But the date is wrong. What we do now? You have any other seat? No. It was in May, it was really hot. He said, you have to go to the general compartment. So the next station, we jump out of the train and go to the next compartment. There is no place to stand. We push ourselves through, and then we're standing there, And I was standing next to the door to catch some air to breathe. And then we stop in Ranagat, and the 5 people get in the train and they say, move out. I said, well, where am I going to move? There's no space, there's nowhere I can go, it's completely packed. He said, look, we are coming here every day. They open one suitcase, and they put in between the door, and they start to playing card. I said, what? Where am I going to go? He said, we don't care. This is our place. We are coming every day from Ranagat to Calcutta, and we are playing card. And you are not part of our game. You want to play card? No, I don't think so. So move. So they squeeze me in between other. You can stand without catching anything because there are people everywhere. You're going like, no problem. You can lift your leg also. You will not fall down because it's completely packed. Sometimes they make this television show, the guy jumping from the helicopter on top of the mountain and with a rope only. We should tell the guy, okay, come to Calcutta and go on this train. So see if you can make it. If you can make this, going from here to Calcutta in the train every day, you're qualified to go anywhere in the world. You pass the test. So this material world is tough. Dukkhalayam masaswatam. It's full of suffering, full of misery. But people live in the misery and think, this is normal, it's okay. I go 2.5 hours to Calcutta, then I reach the office, which is 10 o'clock, I put the thing, ping, I am present here, then I go and drink some tea, read the newspaper, the guy is never there to do his job. You go there and say, wait. Okay, wait, 1 hour, 2 hours, where is the guy? Go and ask again, hey, when the guy is, he's drinking tea, Okay, he's drinking tea. How long I have to wait? Wait. You want some tea? No, we don't drink tea. Okay, thank you. So the material world is such that's putting pressure on everybody. On top of it, there is so much competition. They say if you put a bunch of crabs in a bucket, when one of the crabs start to climb on top and become jumping out of the bucket, the other crab catch him, pull him down. Hey, where are you going? You're not going anywhere. Crab's mentality, if somebody is becoming better than you, they pull him down. Oh, this guy, rascal, this, that. I'm supposed to get promoted. Why he got promoted? This, that. So much politics. So material world is not place for gentlemen, Prabhupada say. No place for gentlemen. So I think all of us, we had enough of this material world. What do you think? Yes? And you are young. You say, yes, I appreciate you. When I was young, I said, no, I had to drive a motorcycle. I want to do this. I want to do that. So if we are able to remain in the association of Vaishnavas, and chant Hare Krishna, and take Krishna Prasadam, and read every day Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, and do some service, that's a great benefit for our life. In the end of this life, we can remember Krishna, and we can go back home, back to Godhead. Rakhe Krishna Mareke, Mare Krishna Rakeke. If Krishna wants to protect you, no one can defeat you. And if Krishna wants to kill you, no one can protect you. That was Arjuna, who feel completely depleted. He feel, my power is gone. I don't have anything. The Lord was there driving my chariot. I have full power. I defeat so many kings. But now he's gone and I am nothing. So luckily for us, Krishna is present in the form of the holy name. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. So keep on chanting nicely, purely the holy name, and you feel the presence of Krishna in your heart. You become very happy. It works. You become very happy, for sure. I've been chanting for more than 40 years. I've gone up and down in the roller coaster of the material world, but you feel happy. So keep on chanting Hare Krishna, and I'd like to thank you very much for very nicely coming today for the class. I'd like to close at this point of time. We have 5 minutes for question and answer. Srila Prabhupada ki, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki, Gaur Premanande. So any question that you cannot go to sleep tonight, please be free to ask. Yes, Mataji. Can you get the microphone? There's a microphone so that people can also hear from the Mayapur TV.
Hare Krishna, Guru. I read in several books, and just like you said now, we need the mercy of Krishna. So in your lecture, I understood that you have to have. Actually, my question is, what are the conditions? How do you earn Krishna's mercy? So I understood that you have to associate with devotees, and you have to commit no offenses, take care. And are those two the conditions to get Krishna mercy? Because it's written in so many books, without Krishna's mercy, you will come nowhere. You will not reach anything.
Absolutely, but I think we can only get Krishna's blessing through the devotees. Just like the postman come to your house and give you a letter. Either you go to the post office, or the post office send the post to you. But there are 5 qualities which attract Krishna. 5 qualities that the devotee has, which will attract Lord Krishna. One is humility. Trinada Pisunichina Tarora Pisunichana. Remember that, Lord Chaitanya? Enthusiasm. If we are enthused to do the service, we don't say, somebody come and say, hey, can you go and help washing the pot? I don't like to wash the pot. No, we should take that service and say, yeah, washing the pot means and become purified. Thank you for the service. So enthusiasm. Then what is our contribution to Srila Prabhupada movement? How can we, with whatever knowledge, whatever facility, whatever body we have, whatever mind we have, how can we contribute to the cause of Krishna consciousness? Remember, Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita said that those who are doing devotional service, they will be always blessed by me. Because they contribute in a cause, a spiritual cause. So, the other one is the attitude. What is our attitude? Our attitude is that we are servant of the servant of the servant. That pleases Krishna. And the other one is sincerity. We have to be sincere and honest with ourselves, understanding where we are and how we can progress further. So these 5 qualities attract Krishna. So we have to develop, we have already this quality. This knowledge is already within us. Everything is within us. We just have to practice. Just like we go to the gym, and every day we lift weight, and then after some time you can lift more weight. You're not coming anymore, you become fat again, what? You forgot to come. But I'm just saying, anything we do, even the scientists, they find out, if you do 3,000 hours of anything, you become a master on that. 3,000 hours is a few years, right? So whatever we want to do, we can learn. But this knowledge is already in our heart. Happiness is already inside our heart. Love is already inside our heart. We just have to Chetudarpanamarjanam, we have to purify our mind by chanting and by serving the Vaishnavas. By serving the Vaishnava, Krishna become happy. That's my personal realization. We cannot approach Krishna. Lakshmi sahasra sadasam brahma sevyamanam govindamadi purushantamaham bhajami. The Lord has thousands and millions of Lakshmi serving Him. They're cleaning the floor even though it's clean. They want to serve. So where is our chance? We're so small, insignificant. But still Krishna is in our heart. And Krishna wants to reconnect with us through love, bhakti yoga. So if we desire to connect to Krishna, if we pray to the Lord, my Lord, please give me opportunity to do some small service for you, so you may become pleased. And Krishna is very pleased very easily. Patram pushpam palanto yam yome bhakta prayachi. He doesn't say, go and work and get $1 million or build one skyscraper. No. Offer to me with love and devotion a leaf, a water, or fruit. Everybody can do that. But the main substance, it's love. So with the attitude of love, we want to serve the Lord, then we get the blessing. Does this answer your question? Are you convinced? Or you just saying, oh, maybe? Slowly, we're learning. We're just practicing and learning, we're practicing and learning. Any other questions there? Yes, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dhanavad Pranam. Prabhuji, I don't have the question, I have a comment.
Sure.
That you mentioned about Shrutakirti Prabhuji. Actually, in the book Chasing with Rhino as well as Lila Mrito,
yes,
there is mentioned the 4 couples from San Francisco Temple. One
yes,
is that Shamsundar Prabhu and Malini Devi. They went to London. They were sent by Srila Prabhupada.
yes,
And they preached, specifically Shamsundar Prabhu. He preached to George Harrison, not Shrutakirti Prabhu. This
oh,
is my
okay,
comment.
sorry. Correct. Thank you for correcting me. Yeah, I didn't read the book, but I heard. Yeah, all right.
And Gurudas also one couple.
Gurudas also was there. Yeah, nice. Thank you. Any other questions? Yes, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, thank you for your nice class. You were making some comments, some points that we should not offend devotees, not criticize like that. But on a personal level also, if we follow this slogan, we should not do any nonsense on a personal level for ourselves. I think that will take care of a lot of criticism and offenses that we see in the community. Because if we are just, because we are flying our own plane and we are responsible for our spiritual life, and we tend to have an impact on the community also. So if each one of us actually watch what we are doing and follow Vaishnava etiquette, I think that will reduce a lot of criticism and offenses, and we'll have much better relationships. This one, you can
Thank you
comment.
so much. Yes, sure. See, understanding that there are different variety of devotee, Some people that are more Brahminically inclined, some people that are more Kshatriya inclined, some people that are more Vaishya inclined, some people are more Sudra inclined. But devotees are devotees. But the natural tendency of the devotee, the natural quality of the devotee, we should respect. Somebody is doing business, we can say, oh, the guy is a thief. Why? He's buying potato for 10 rupees and selling for 15 rupees. So he's a thief. No, it's not a thief. He's a businessman. It's his nature to do business, right? So somebody is, whatever, constructing a house with bricks and mortar and cement. Yeah, okay, he's doing his natural inclination of his service. Somebody is a Kshatriya, maybe it's practicing archery, I don't know, whatever. Somebody's Brahmana studying scriptures. So there are so many variety of devotees in the movement, so we should learn also to respect everybody according to their own nature. And understanding that their motivation is to be devotee. At one point you have to ask yourself, who are you? So, Krishna, give me this body, and maybe I'm not able to sit 6 hours without falling asleep and study the Bhagavatam like somebody can do, but maybe I can do some physical work because I'm strong. I can do that. So, like that. So if somebody see a devotee cleaning the floor, we don't think, oh, he's a Sudra devotee. And we don't, no, he's a devotee, but he's doing that service because he's sincerely offering his ability and his nature in the service of the Lord. So we have to have broad mind to understand all this. If you want everybody to be a Brahmana, no, somebody should be Brahmana, somebody should be Kshatriya, somebody should be Vaishya, somebody should be Sudra. It's a nature of this material world. So everybody can be engaged in Krishna service, provide they have the proper motivation to please Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. On the first point you mentioned, like a businessman, he's actually lying to make some profit. That is allowed to a certain percentage, right? Like 20, Prabhupada said, up to 20% you can lie. But beyond that would be cheating clearly out of the line. So, of course, I'm not saying about the nature of devotees and their inclinations. I'm just saying we should be mindful of our own behavior towards other devotees.
Absolutely.
And that is avoided, then there would be less offenses and criticism.
The thing is that we should see all the devotee as worshipable as our spiritual master. Because why we call each other Prabhu? Prabhu means master. So if I say, hey, this Prabhu is nonsense, how can I say the master is nonsense? It's like I'm offending my guru. So, sometimes we have to be very careful in dealing with devotees, because the devotee, we can receive the blessing of the devotees. So, but no, if we have some constructive criticism, we can go to some devotee on a personal level and say, Prabhuji, I see you doing this. Can you please correct me? I don't understand properly how you're doing, why you're doing, what's your motivation. So maybe that devotee will explain to us. And if we accept that, then we see the devotee with different spectacle, with different light. So sometimes we don't understand everything. At least I'm speaking for myself, you see people doing things, and sometimes you can maybe think, oh, this is wrong, but in the ancient time, in our Vedic culture, there was so much tolerance. People were very tolerant in understanding that God is in the heart of all living entity. Therefore, God is guiding this person to do this. So Prabhupada explained even to the degree that if the thief comes and steals in a Brahman's house, the Brahman is so truthful, he'll tell him, yes, the money is there. Of course, this sounds foolish, but the Brahmana was so attached to the truth, to the point that you remember the story that somebody stole some cow, and the soldier chased them, and when they come to the Brahmana, the Brahmana give indication, yes, no, it was the other way around. So, he give, and then they killed the cow, so he got some karma. So the understanding is that these devotees, whatever level they are, let's respect them. Let's worship them. Because they're trying, and let's help them. If we are on the level of Brahma Bhuta, Prasanna, Atmana, Sushati, Nakanshati, if we are on that level, then we should see all the living entity as spirit soul. And we want to help everybody. Somebody needs help in some way. Somebody in the form of message, somebody in the form of preaching, somebody in physical. You see a lady on the street, her sari goes inside the bicycle, you can stop and say, Mataji, can I help you? Not removing the sari from her, removing the sari from the chain. So we can always be helpful in every situation. But do we have that consciousness? Or we say, I don't care, it's not my problem. So it's up to us. I hope this answers your...
Yes, thank you, Prabhu. If somebody is sincerely trying, definitely we should respect them and help them.
That's the best way, because if we become overcritical, there is no end, because there is always something wrong in the material world, there is always something wrong. So it's easy to see the good aspect in people. We choose to see the good aspect. Unless you are in charge and you have to go there and chastise the people or rectify situation, then we think, well, the temple is clean, there is a nice kirtan, there is nice prashana, there is everything, wonderful garland, the Mataji are making, and everything looks beautiful to me and wonderful. If they need my help, if there is something I can do, I'm willing to help. If not, they're doing great service. It doesn't matter who is in charge, who is doing what, everybody's doing great, according to my understanding. Is it correct to understand and see things in this way?
Yes, definitely. I mean, if you're not in authority, you could always speak with the authority to correct a bad situation.
Yeah.
But seeing everything, like Prabhupada said, sometimes we need to call a spade to, so that it also helps. It also helps this person. Otherwise, it would be like encouraging more nonsense, so we should be mindful of that.
But the best is always to go to the authority and say, look, this is happening, can you correct that? And if they can correct, because they are in a position of authority, then maybe they have better influence than us. Because if I go to you and say this, who are you? Why you are talking to me? What do you know about me? So it can become offensive, or it can be received in a positive way. But if you go to the authority and the authority call them, because the authority have a power, as you say, to manage the temple, then maybe it'd be easier to influence those people and correct them as well.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Any other question? Okay, Srila Prabhupada ki, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki, Kora Premanam